All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move you, if that's cool
What?
with everybody.
Sure.
I could see it, but I couldn't. I don't think I could have made it on top of Stinky. It would have been nice though, and not have to go all the way around.
I don't think it's worth the risk to jump it.
Before I
deep
move you,
hole.
before I move you to the spot where you were at before, where the ladder is there anything anybody else is doing before we move on? Jen says no.
Nah,
No.
I got my thing.
No.
Is there loot?
Calder picked up a blade that looks very flawed, but other than that, you don't see anything obviously worthwhile.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Not even the one toss a coin that we have sitting?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
All right, I am moving everybody.
So as we're walking through the hallway, Charlotte's going to start saying, okay, I have 25 gold worth of gold dust left. I know we picked up some gems along the way. Like, what do we have in total to bribe the dragon with?
Did I get everyone? Is there anybody that isn't currently in that area? We've got Meepo, Lore, Kreetha, Calder.
I am carrying a generous quantity of gold coins at this point.
We found those serpentines, we found the
Charlotte.
emeralds, and a ruby.
Oh yeah, we have the gems that were given.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I think everybody is currently in the correct spot.
Dragon's probably not going to want a staff or a key.
You never know.
They might want a scroll. I don't know. Do dragons perform magic? I feel like
Some
they
do.
do. I feel like some of them do.
I'm pretty sure some of them do. I don't remember that class that well because I slept through it, but I'm sure something does.
But the gems for sure.
Yeah.
Are you talking about classes in school?
Yeah, we both have graduated from the Blackstaff Academy in Waterdeep.
So there was a dragon class.
Dragonology is a very well studied phenomenon.
It was an elective for me.
Yeah, it wasn't
I wasn't very
required
good
for
in school.
abjuration.
Yeah, it was an elective because I was doing a more combat-based class. Like transmutation and stuff like that. But mostly the it was one of those like easy pass classes, like, write about a famous dragon. It takes 20 minutes in the library to find something important about a dragon, and then you just plagiarize mostly anyways.
Ow, God, ow.
I
ow.
only know out of school in books.
My eye rolled back too far. Ow.
So it was really simple. Like like we had pop quizzes, and the pop quizzes were like, does this dragon tend to have cold breath or no? It was most of them true false questions, and the ones that weren't true false, multiple choice. Very simple. We didn't have to do any of the ones of like, does this kind of look like a dragon's name to you?
I wasn't
They
aware
all
that
do.
Black
It's literally a
Staff
jumble
was
of
Okay,
consonants.
I have
They
so
have
many
no meaning.
questions.
Wow,
But why
I never
would it
thought I would feel
quiz?
disappointed in Blackstaff.
Why would it quiz pop?
Pop
And
meaning
how would that
surprise.
help?
Pop meaning surprise.
Then why not just say surprise?
Because it's kind of like the pop, like out of like those like poppers.
It's shorthand.
It's a shorthand. It's like so like on festival days, there's like little poppers. You pull a string and it goes, and it like explodes like confetti and stuff.
I hate
It's like
those.
that, except it's a quiz instead of confetti.
What's confetti?
Confetti is paper or leaves in tiny little pieces.
Or rice. I've seen
I
Rice.
wouldn't call rice.
But you have to
confetti.
clean that. Why would you want to make it dirty?
Well, so like leaves, for instance, prestidigitation, gone. Paper, prestidigitation, gone. Rice, 50-50 chance that the familiars will eat it.
I don't know what these words are.
Prestidigitation or gone.
or rice.
Or rice.
I would like this conversation to be gone.
The
Easy enough. I think we're here.
Okay, are we heading down the ladder at this time?
I think
I
we
think
should.
this is a moment to do some anything that we have to do that's complex before heading down the ladder. We should probably do here. This would be a good time to cast the water.
This is the time in the RPG video game where you start to go down and there is a little pop-up that says,
Would you like to save now?
after this, you won't be able to come back to this location. Have you done everything you want to do in this area before moving on?
The water breathing lasts for 8 hours, right? Or 24?
24.
24.
Okay. So yeah,
Where's
I think
my
now would be a fine time to pop that.
Thirsty.
All right, I'll take
No,
the necklace. If no one objects, Calder will take the scroll and we'll begin casting.
How many?
Yes, I know some of these words.
How many can you target?
Up to 10.
That's
So
everybody,
all of
even
yeah.
including familiars and guardians.
Bend down and pick up a little dust of dirt and sprinkle it over the top of Stuart so you can see where he is.
Hello, Stuart. And I will then target everyone, including myself, with water breathing.
I'm pretty sure Stuart doesn't have to breathe in the first place, but yes.
Just in case.
It lasts for 24 hours. It does not require concentration. It's just on.
Totally.
And let me see if there's any other notes for it, because that feels relevant.
So I'm going to go ahead and share the next map with you all.
Cool.
Since you're
So
heading down.
since Kretha is no longer a little silly with a ghosty goo, as she goes down, she's actually going down attached to the thing because she has adventuring gear and has pythons and hammer and rope and stuff. And so she's kind of, I guess, clipping in and out as she goes down as Stinky just kind of crawls down.
Stinky has a climbing speed, so
No.
Charlotte's
Pretty much,
going to cast spider climb on herself before climbing down the ladder, just in case shit happens.
Sure. Casting spider climb on yourself before climbing down a ladder is a totally normal thing to do. Absolutely.
This is a ladder we saw moving, and it's far and it's wet.
Never trust ladders.
So
and Charlotte can't see the rungs, so
as you descend the ladder, the roar of the waterfall gets louder as you get closer to the place where the water is crashing into the stream below. But you are able to make it to the bottom without incident. I have shared the map with you. I am now going to jump into it so that the chat can see it as well. And you find yourself once again, the stream down here isn't moving quite as quickly as the one up there, gravity and all that, but it's still pretty swift moving. You just don't think that if you fall into it, you're gonna automatically be sucked away into oblivion, like maybe you were up in the Glitterheim.
I think I see a bridge.
You do
How long
indeed
does it take us
see
to
a
climb
bridge.
down?
Let's say it takes you not terribly long. So long as you are moving at a fairly reasonable clip, you're looking at probably about 3 minutes of climbing down.
And it took us 3 minutes from searching around.
Yeah.
I was counting to 5.
Well, I figured the searching was 5.
Yeah.
And then 3 minutes to walk to the top of the ladder, and then 3 minutes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meepo sees this little sort of side cavern here, sort of checks it out, but there's nothing of interest there.
How tall is the ceiling at this? I know we're in the cavern, right? We're under where the waterfall is right now, but then ahead of us.
Where you are right now, the ceiling is hundreds of feet above you, but as you move forward, I will say that the ceiling is still a good solid 40 feet above you. This is a large cavernous area. And yes, indeed, Calder does see what looks like a dwarven stonework bridge off to the east.
Okay.
Charlotte's gonna keep a hand and her feet on the wall, so she's like 2 feet up from the floor, just climbing along the wall,
Sure.
just in case. I don't trust all this
Are
slippery,
you
wet stone.
attempting to be stealthy, or are you simply walking through this area?
And Kreetha's back on Stinky because
Yeah.
I don't know. Does stealth
I'll-
benefit us here?
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
stealth
follow
necessarily benefits us, but maybe mix and match. Like some people can draw attention while other actors can remain hidden.
Is anybody attempting to remain stealthy at this time?
Yeah, I think Charlotte's gonna try to be quiet-esque.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with whatever the
Yeah, I
majority of the
mean-
party is.
I would say that I'm going to try and be stealthy. Yes.
Be pretty fucking stealthy.
Charlotte's the stealthiest person ever, not ever, but pretty close to it.
I believe Meepo should remain
Work?
open.
Yeah.
As
I don't think that
it's not the best at hiding, but also he's also the one that is the most, whose species has the closest relationship with dragons at all.
Okay, that's
Kreetha is also stealthing up,
Oh.
and Lore,
The question
unfortunately,
is how is Stinky doing? Where is he's on this layer?
I think I actually have disadvantage.
oh, I haven't put. Oh, I did put Stinky on there. Okay, cool.
Stealth would be dex.
Of course, we have disadvantage.
Disadvantage with already rolling a 1. Don't bother
I rolled-
rolling it
it's-
again.
I feel like if I could roll less than that,
Somehow.
So that's a
I'm
dexterity
actually
Mhm.
double
check
checking
for
now.
Yeah,
I do
That seems reasonable.
have disadvantage on it.
Okay.
since she's on top of Stinky.
Now, the last time you were all in a cavern that had a river running through it, bad things happened. Let's go ahead and go from the top down. Tell me a little bit about what you're up to as you move your way through this cavern. Let's start with Kreetha, who is very stealthy, apparently. How exactly are you navigating this area?
Well, I guess I'm gonna get a good look first. I'm not really sure the direction. That I'm guessing that everything like is closed off on this left-hand side, and so we're going right.
Yes. The left-hand side is where the waterfall is coming down, and the cavern ends at that place.
So Stinky and Kreetha are going to kind of move down because she can see the bridge, and it's just kind of coming over here to see, because from what I can see, weirdly enough, I'm missing like a chunk, so I'm guessing this is like stuff. So there's the river up here and a bridge, and then a stuff that goes down here towards the southeast.
Yes.
So
Kreetha, check for Durgar tracks. That might tell us where to go.
yeah, I mean, I could definitely.
They were just making their way back.
Give me,
take a look.
Kreetha, give me a survival check.
Survival check, yeah.
I do have an action that I forgot to log one upstairs, which was cast mage armor on myself with a scroll.
Perfect. No
I
problem.
got a 24.
Box text. A thundering spray of water fills this chamber, pooling and flowing out to join a larger river to the river to the north. The air is damp, and the roar of the waterfall is absolutely deafening. A broad ledge heads north toward the river, then turns out of sight to the east, although Calder is able to see a bridge out in that area. The muddy bank of the pool looks disturbed by tracks of some kind, and those tracks definitely look like very large lizard tracks.
Well, I don't know if they could hear me. because it's very loud.
You
and I
can't
don't
be
wanna make
quiet. You have to
noise.
you have to project in order to be heard.
But if I make myself heard, that I'm noticed. That's a good question.
That's an excellent point. You
Okay.
definitely see what look like giant lizard tracks.
Okay. So I am going to look back at the crew and start doing my best to sign that there's a dragon here. I don't know how I do that.
I'm gonna say that it's not gonna be a surprise to anybody that there are dragon tracks down here, since that's kind of what you expected to find. So yeah, you're able to communicate without breaking your stealth effectively that there are dragon tracks down here,
and that they're following.
So the question is, what do you all do? Calder, you are getting a kind of niggling feeling in the back of your mind. It's not quite the scream that your sickle normally gives you before combat ensues, but that sickle of yours, the warning sickle, is very nervous about this place.
Okay, so like danger is all around us.
There is definitely danger here, yes. And in fact, this is the time when I need to inform all player characters that there is a middling to high chance of character death in this area.
Okay.
So I think while Kreetha's taking the time to look for the tracks and signaling to everyone behind, Charlotte is going to creep up and touch Lore's shoulder. And is going to use the cantrip message so that they can hear each other clearly, even under the thunderous waterfall noise.
100%.
And Charlotte, through message, it might take a few, is going to say to Lore, I want to talk about everything that's happened here, but I don't want to talk about it here.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we all need to get out of here alive so we can talk about this and what's happened.
I am unlocking movement.
And
just don't move
Charlotte,
too far.
Yeah, Charlotte's going to send another message saying, I'm a bit worried about pissing off a dragon. And to be honest, you're the one I'm most worried about pissing off a dragon. So I need you to tell me that I can trust you in there. Tell me I can trust you and I'll believe it.
Yeah, I want to piss off a dragon.
Meta question, is the sword still out?
No. I managed to roll high enough to put it away.
Okay. And Charlotte's gonna not send any more messages and continue following
took
around.
Until we got down here to do it, but I did manage to get it away.
Meepo scouts ahead a bit as well with Kreetha, although Meepo is not being stealthy. Go ahead.
I'm gonna walk with Charlotte.
Actually, I'm gonna go this way. Actually,
catch up to everyone.
There is, as folks begin to move forward, a small river. Well, I mean, like everything else, there is a small area that you will have to jump over to get to that first bridge.
Does the ceiling go over it?
Whatever
yes,
will my frog
with spider
do?
climb, you can totally get up and over without an issue. I'm not gonna make you roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out an oldie but a goodie and use shape water to turn that thinnest point there into like into a traversable chunk of ice.
Totally.
Kreetha's just gonna be
walk
on top
calmly
of the
across.
frog and go, bink.
Yeah, with that, I'm totally okay with you all managing to make it across that area without a check.
So over here, I see that we have what looks like another chain ladder and that bridge.
Theoretically, that's the chain ladder you came down. I just put you down in the wrong spot. Just ignore me.
Okay.
The chain ladder is back where we were. I wanted you to have to jump over that so that Calder would have to solve that. So yeah, that the ladder isn't there. It's in the place you came down.
We solved your river puzzle.
We found we found a broken chain ladder, probably the thing that led to the other side of the ravine.
Yeah, I mean,
Seems
that's what I
reasonable
was
to me.
thinking. So, tell me about this bridge.
It is a sturdy dwarven-made bridge that does not look any the worse for wear for the centuries of water passing underneath it.
Cool, cool, cool. I stealthily go over the bridge.
Okay, you go over the bridge. You find yourself on a sort of narrow, like almost like a causeway.
Traversement, yeah.
Do I have box text for you? I do. I have some box text. A fast-moving underground river roars from the east to the west. We already know that. The bottom of the chain ladder, the broken chain ladder that you just described, is near the south bank of the river. On the north side of the bridge, a ledge continues to the east. After a short distance, the ledge leading east bends to the south, and a second bridge surmounts the river.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm still kind of quietly. Do I need to roll stealth again, or am I still good?
No, your stealth will be maintained until you are either found out or decide to break it.
All right, so we are being a quiet ranger and frog duo, which is something we're pretty good at.
You know, for all the crossings, Charlotte's going to go up and over on the ceiling, but then is going to be staying close to the ground so that Stuart can hover next to her.
So yeah, so Kretha is kind of ahead. We'll be looking back towards Calder because she knows Calder can see the best down here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just basically giving like a thumbs up or a thumbs down as to whether it's clear. You know, type thing.
Let's
that as far as she knows.
Let's do perception checks all around. You're at disadvantage because of the sound of the waterfall.
The sound, yes.
And also because dark vision imposes disadvantage.
Also fair.
Okay, so perception. So disadvantage.
If Scoots is relying on blind sense, is it still at disadvantage?
Yes. In this case, yes.
I forgot to hit the button, but my lowest is a 19.
I got a 15.
I rolled a 1.
Not great.
Lore, with a 19, you
know
think...
what I'm doing.
You think, you're not sure, but you think you hear a disturbance in the water further ahead, but it might have just been your imagination.
Once I get to the other side here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to like stop, and if they keep going, then that's fine too. I'm gonna like legitimately pull out a torch and light it.
The light is blinding for those of you who aren't already blind. And
Charlotte does have a low level of light sensitivity still, so she can tell that someone has lit something.
Light exists here versus light doesn't exist here.
Totally.
Yes.
All right, can I use a survivor roll instead of perception roll for?
Is there a way to make it so that I have light on me?
Probably, but I'm not gonna really bother. If it becomes relevant, I will let you know myself. I have not looked into how that works. Kretha, if you want to make a survival checks are usually made for tracking or like surviving in the wilderness.
Yeah, we're kind of tracking a dragon, but I would feel like being able to kind of see like especially now the light's on, I would think that Kreitha would be able to more easily tell if there is like a disturbance visually on top of the water or anything like that.
Go ahead and make that survival check.
Yeah.
With a 21, you're not going to see anything on the water, but the we'll just go ahead and call them dragon tracks. Get kind of deeper near the north end of that bridge, and then you see another deep set of tracks on the south end of the bridge. With a 21, I will say that you figure the dragon probably jumps or flies over this bridge rather than walking over it. The one that's directly south of you. The second bridge. The first one you cross.
That suggests I don't want to jump over it. Okay, so I am going to... are you trying to pass me, Calder?
No, I'm just getting closer so I can...
Okay, so Kreitha...
just improving my field of view.
Yeah, you're going to have Stinky take a step back. And Kreitha is going to lean down and tap your shoulder.
Yes.
And get her voice, basically cup your ear so that she can direct sound into your ear and say, "We don't want to touch the bridge. The dragon would always go over the bridge."
The dragon is significantly larger than the bridge.
I don't trust the bridge. Just don't go on the bridge.
I'm gonna go on the bridge.
Awesome. Give me a dex save.
Is there something wrong with the bridge?
Let me double check really quick. No, you just cross the bridge, yeah? Yeah, you walk across it, you're fine. You're like, what? There's no problem here.
Is it in particularly bad repair? Do I notice anything wrong with it?
It doesn't look as sturdy as the bridge you crossed earlier. But you're able to walk across it, and it doesn't seem to be like shaky or anything.
If it helps, if he's like looking at the bridge, I'm assuming we're all moving up forward faster than we are currently with the pogs.
I don't know.
I have a fire that does light.
Maybe come across one at a time.
Like disadvantage to see anything.
Maybe come across one at a time.
I'm looking at Calder and mouthing, and then Stinky jumps me across.
So Stinky and you don't touch the bridge. You jump directly across.
We don't touch the bridge at all.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Stinky's got a standing leap that can absolutely get you over that, no problem.
Yeah.
Meepo will scuttle across next. What are Charlotte and Lore up to?
Considering I haven't warned them.
Yeah, Charlotte is going to do what she's been doing and go over by the ceiling when crossing the river. So she's just...
Like all... Now, this is a high ceiling, so you're like... like it's... You're going to have to go pretty far up to go over this particular bridge without touching.
Is this higher than 40?
40 feet's a lot.
No, I know. It's just... I have to keep within 60 of Stuart. Stuart's gonna, like, float across the bridge, not touching it.
Totally.
Can on-scene servers, like, fly a little bit?
They don't have legs. They're just a being of force that occupies a space.
They don't really have any mass.
They don't walk, but they also don't fly. I think they hover.
I'm just gonna cross a bridge. I just don't want to put my pog on top of other people's pogs, so I'm gonna wait till they scoot a little bit.
I'll set you here.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Now hold on. I need everyone to freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Calder.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way across, you see an island in the middle of
one square ahead of Meepo.
You see an island in the middle of a large underground lake. Like, this is a big underground lake, and you see glittering. You see like twinkling and glittering on that island on the other side of the lake. The sense of danger increases. You feel like you're being watched.
I believe we've found his lair.
Is that
What
what
do
you
I
believe?
see via? Oh,
Echoing throughout the entire cavern.
In what language?
In common. But you don't see anything.
Mhm.
You don't hear anything other than the voice.
does
Uh,
everybody hear it?
Everybody
What does the
hears
voice
it. Yes.
Is that what you think? Is what he said.
Is
They
that
said.
what you think?
I
Right
will-
after Calder said, "I think we found his lair."
I will switch to Draconic.
Okay.
Thank you, Meepo. And did we never got a name for this thing, did we?
Nope, we never got a name.
It
We
is what I
know-
believe. It is what I believe, Great One.
I do know he likes flattery. That's meta knowledge.
Because only one such as you could command such a full space with such obvious impressive grandeur. I will nod my head in the direction of the lake with that as a subtle thing to it, but not the rest of my group.
Tell me why I should not simply kill all of you now.
And
Is
not
he
simple.
speaking in Draconic or in Common?
This is in common.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, real quick.
And if not for simple curiosity, we do bear a great one a message.
M.
Now, hold on.
Never mind.
We do
Okay.
bear the great one a message, and we do not come without offerings.
I listen. At this time, we are going to move into a skill challenge. This is going to be a difficult skill challenge. You are entering ostensibly a negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, the dragon is not visible to you. I'm not interested in perception checks. The dragon is simply not visible to you at this time. Now, to give a little bit of an idea of how this skill challenge is going to work, if you are intending to negotiate with this dragon, then you are going to need 7 successes on various skills before you reach 3 failures. This is a difficulty hard skill challenge. You get to choose through your roleplay or through your actions what skills you want to use to try to convince this thing not to simply eat you. And depending on what skill you use, the DC will be different. Now, per what I said earlier in private chat, I will not tell you how many successes or failures you have until you are just about to get your last failure.
Okay.
So, by all means, continue.
All right. Do we want to determine like an action order, because things like the help action might be very useful here?
Yeah, this isn't
And
done
then-
via in
Did want to ask real quick. You
Hmm.
said none of us see it right now, which
Correct.
means that it's not within the 30-foot blind sight of Scoots.
Correct.
Okay.
Currently,
Greta's
I'm
looking at
imagining
Calder.
the party standing kind of paralyzed. What are you all up to?
I think Charlotte's going to come down off of the wall and walk closer to the water's edge. I'm going to mentally command Scoots to start climbing down from where he was perched, holding onto my necklace, like down my back and trying to get into the water.
I'm reaching into my pockets to figure out where the hell I put those gems
Is
that I took out of
I think
the
it's
thing.
still in the party inventory.
is
Yeah,
I saw it on the
yeah.
party inventory.
is
Yeah,
M
I didn't. I
here?
forgot to put them into mine because I was sick that day.
Looked
M
like
is
M
here.
had to step away. Oh, no.
M. As you get
Sorry,
closer,
I had to take pills. I have a migraine.
all good.
No.
As you begin to get closer, you can't quite see as far as Calder does, but earlier in this module, I told you that there was a feeling of something drawing you down into the stone tooth and deeper into the dungeon. You feel that feeling again.
Okay.
And not only is it more powerful, but it's familiar now. You have now had interactions with Durgadon. And you feel his presence in this area, pulling you toward that island in the center of the lake that you can't even see at the
I don't
moment.
think I've actually had any interactions with Durgan. I've had interactions with a ghost, but I don't think I've had any interactions with Durgan.
Did you
Well,
not?
we were all in the room when Arundel was laid to rest, and then we all got a little poof of Durgadon magic spirit essence.
Oh, if that's what, then yeah, I guess there's that.
Yeah. And then you also got that weird sense back in the mushroom cavern where you found the sword and stuff. When you picked it up, you got that pull.
Oh yeah, that was
further
like 3-4
and
months
deeper.
ago.
It was a
Yeah.
while back. But also, you see in the distance a very dim glow.
Okay.
And to be clear, nobody else sees it.
Okay. So yeah, does Scoots have to make a stealth check, and does he have advantage because he's really, really tiny?
Yes and yes. Charlotte, you're walking up to the edge of the water. Are you maintaining your stealth?
No, I'm
Okay.
breaking it.
Just checking. Go
I'm
ahead and roll
maintaining
for
my
Scoots.
stealth.
Yeah, I'm maintaining my stealth. I'm kind of.
Of course, my stealth is a whole joke. But
Fuck yeah! Come on, Scoots.
I will move to this little teeny peninsula here and like I'm trying to spread us out.
Yep.
Dropped a 1. Gee, that's really good.
What do you do?
Uh,
I'm not gonna be rolling initiative here. I'm gonna let you all decide how you want to handle this, like what order you want to talk in, or that sort of thing. But I am going to require for this skill challenge each of you to say something, each of you to interact, and each of you to make at least one roll.
Yeah.
Okay. I will speak when I speak, I'm sticking to Draconic, and I am presenting myself as a humble acolyte of the Great Mother Tiamat, here to inform the Great One of a danger that has appeared.
Kretha has no
By all
idea
means.
what you're doing.
So yes, just I'm deliberately choosing extremely grandiose speech, laying the flattery not thick, but not like pedantically. Not pedantically.
I have
Not
role
fussing over
played
small
with you for
things.
decades,
Yeah.
Jeff. Show me. Don't tell me.
Fine. Oh great one, we come to you to beseech you to inform you of a great danger that has come to the mountain above these halls. Your meager servants were informed and fled in cowardice, in stupidity, and we slew them for their weakness.
You refer to the Grey Ones.
The weak Grey Ones, yes.
Tell us of the nature of this threat. You hear the air quotes over the word threat.
A tremendous army of orc.
Go ahead and give me it sounds like a persuasion check.
I am attempting to lie through my teeth, so I'm leaning onto the deception.
Deception works as well. Go ahead and take a +2 since you are speaking in Draconic and laying the flattery on thick.
Very well. Okay.
I am grabbing my whiteboard here.
A +8. That's why I was asking for help. So 13.
Okay. I do not fear orcs. Orcs are nothing. How dare you? How dare you even imply that even an army of such weaklings might be a threat to one such as myself? Why do you come to my lair?
We come to offer gifts, great one.
Go ahead and continue.
What are you going to hold out?
Kretha.
She holds out the gems that she has and says, we have such things as gems, and we also have a thing you might find great of interest. We have a whistle that can bring back the dead.
Give me a persuasion check, and
Sure
you'll
thing.
take the +2 that Gale gave you. I'm also going to give you another +3 for your offering, so take a +5 on this persuasion check.
Okay. Did that go in there? God, that was a bad persuasion check.
Oh my god!
That was a really bad persuasion check.
You offer me
My offer,
trinkets. You offer me baubles. You offer me useless magics. Why? Why should I not simply kill you and take what you have with my strength?
I'm gonna pull the whistle out and yeet it into the water.
Okay. You do so.
Yep.
For a moment, all is quiet. I'm going to give you all a second to collect your thoughts and decide who is going to be speaking next.
I've got something.
I'm just gonna remove that from my character sheet.
Yep.
Oh, good for me to go next? Okay.
Please do.
Yeah, as Scoots is making his way 20 feet every 6 seconds, just kind of doing the little crab paddle through the water, I have standing orders to Scoots to alert me the second it senses where this thing is. Charlotte will step forward and say, I have something a little...
How far does Scoot's blind sense go?
30 feet out from Scoots.
Cool,
And he
okay.
can move 20 feet. His movement's 20.
He doesn't see anything yet.
Cool. Charlotte will step forward, like, I'll take a step into the water. How deep is it?
Where you're at right now, it's you can get up to knee height before it drops off into the seemingly bottomless depths of the Black Lake beneath.
I'm gonna step in, knee height, sloshing all over the place, and say, I would like to beseech you, dragon, which I have not learned the name of yet.
Nightscale.
Nightscale.
The last name that you are likely to hear before your death.
Nightscale, I have a trinket that's far more aligned with your greatness, and Charlotte's going to reach into her fucking pouch and pull out the oil of etherealness. This is a 7th level spell right here.
Okay.
She's going to hold it in her hand, and she's going to say, I beg you, and she will drop to her knees so that she's up to like almost below chin level in the water. We need passage out of here. You do not fear an army, but clearly we do. Please help us.
You wish passage. To what end?
Out of the mountain.
Give me a persuasion check, and given what you've got here, I'm going to give you both a +5 and advantage.
Nice.
Okay. +5 advantage, persuasion. Come on.
The potion slips beneath the waters.
Mm-hmm.
Scoots does not notice anything coming to pick it up, but it sinks beneath the beneath the waves, out of sight of both you and Scoots. There is a long, tense silence. Who speaks next? At this time, the only person who hasn't spoken yet is Lore.
Yeah, but I yeeted something into the water. That's what I'm
true.
counting.
You did. That's fair. So who speaks next?
But if we're going in,
You didn't make me
something
roll for
resembling-
that, but I figured it was a tack on to Kreetha's roll.
Yeah. Oh, great Nightscale. The army is no threat to you, but as you have astutely noted, we are not you. We do not have your power. We do not have your majesty nor your grace. We beseech you to allow us passage so that the army that comes even now trespassing into the ashen remnants of the dwarves above, they come and they may attempt to test their might against yours.
Let them.
As foolish as that would be.
Let them test their might.
Give me a persuasion or deception. I'm going to give you a +2 because you're doing great.
Okay. Let's. Can I add to the bribe for additional benefit?
You can. What would you like to throw into the water?
Let's see. I do have things.
Got a few scrolls.
I do have quite a few scrolls. That doesn't seem wise to hurl into the.
They're magic scrolls.
Yeah, it's true. I do have gold. I do explicitly have a golden necklace.
You do.
I will hurl the golden necklace as well as Calder's jewelry except for the his signet ring. He will hurl into the waters.
I will bump up that +2 to a +5.
Okay.
Oh, before you roll, you have failed twice.
Oh, great.
Told you guys it would make it worse.
I take solace that we've made more than 2 rolls. We've made more than 2 rolls. Oh, come on!
I don't see anything.
It didn't show up.
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll
roll it so that I can see it, and it'll be fine.
Oh, that's slightly better than what I rolled. Oh, wait, it just rolled it as a 20. That should be a 15. It did not add my charisma bonus for some reason.
Okay.
It just added you. It just
I only
rolled a
see the
D20
+5.
That's the +5 you gave me. I have a +6 from my deception.
So it should be a 15.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. just making sure.
Jeff dies in the corner.
Well, we're about to learn if we fail the 3rd time, so.
I will not kill you out of hand just now. Tell me, why should I allow you to enter my waters? Are you thieves? Are you seeking to take that which is mine?
Enough him.
I seek only passage.
You're going to have to give me more than that before you get another roll.
Oh, I was expecting everyone to say it. Are we all going to say that we seek only passage?
Well, I'm going to. I am going to make a dramatic gesture, and we'll cast invisibility. My invisibility from my spell qualities, and then continue to speak. Clearly, our if we intended to be thieves, we would not approach one so great and one so powerful so lightly. We came here specifically to meet and speak to the Great One.
Clearly you are beings of intelligence. Clearly you understand that you do not come to this place with the expectation of meeting someone
So really quick, Scoots, I'm gonna go ahead and place the NPC because Scoots now is able to see. Give me just a second. I'm gonna put Nightscale into the combat tracker, and I will make Nightscale visible. Although only technically only Scoots
and
can
Charlotte.
see, and Charlotte can see as well, or can see sort
Is
of
notified of the
notified
location.
where it's at.
Clearly you have come to this place with the proper attitude of deference. But tell me, why? Why would you want to exit this place through the underwater passages of my home rather than making your way back up? Surely I am a greater threat than the orcs above.
I'd
Hold
like
on.
to
I feel like
respond.
Jen is saying something, but I can't hear anything.
Jen?
Yeah, Jen is definitely saying a
Jen
thing,
is definitely muted.
but Jen is definitely not audible right now. So I wanna let Kreetha have a chance because Kreetha hasn't spoken in a bit.
I think we're having technical
But
difficulties.
we're having some technical difficulties. In a live stream, never, ever, ever, never.
Jen, if you can't see it, type it and I'll say it for you. Like if it's not.
Still
if
can't
it's,
hear you.
We
Yeah,
can't
I
hear
made
you.
out. I could definitely read out the phrase "What the hell." Oh, there we got something.
I can hear
You
that.
can hear that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now
You
we
hear
hear
me
you.
now.
Yes,
Because I don't see it going off all the time. But let me.
I see it going off now.
Okay. You are great in all things. And we wish to speak to the greatest and not the least. And orcs are, as we all know, the very, very least. We come here to bargain, to hope, and to pray. May I make an insight check on whether this fucker is hungry?
Give me an insight check. I have a DC for that as well.
That's a interesting. That is an interesting skill to volunteer for this. I like it.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, I'm gonna say that no, Nightscale does not appear to be hungry. However, he does appear to be more than mildly offended at these creatures that are invading his home. With an insight check of, you got 21? With 21, you will know that Nightscale probably wishes for you to be gone in the most expedient way possible. Now, at the moment, again with a 21, Nightscale believes the most expedient way for you to be gone is to murder you. But he has not chosen to do so just yet.
Because likes being flattered in ways that aren't. And you're big, and you're big.
I do think I'm going to try the one thing that I was going to attempt, even though I don't think he is hungry now.
Sure.
Because Kreetha has grown up with tales and understandings from back when her people were, God, remind me where that was, Jeff, because my brain just
Chult.
lost.
The island of
One
Chult.
place.
Yeah, so where the dinosaurs were, and they revered them, and they would feed them to basically be, So she's gonna cast Goodberry and hold out these 24 berries. I know that this is not nearly the type of fare that you would normally take, but it would be surely better than eating scrawny us. We are horrible in taste, and much better to just help out. This will sustain you for a full day.
So you hold the berries out,
I know, this is such a horrible thought, but hey.
and directly, and I mean directly in front of you, a head the size of your entire body, because you're a goblin, rises slowly up out of the black water and stares piercingly directly into your eyes, looks right at you, and says,
Yes, but why should I not take the hand that holds the berries as well?
Because we
and
are
gets
more
closer to
interesting
you.
alive.
Interesting.
Surely it's boring down here by yourself.
Perhaps. I have my horde. I have, or had, the gray ones. But
The great.
they were weak, as you said. Why should I not simply eat you instead of these berries that you
Because then you
offer
won't
me?
have anybody.
Because you still.
lore. That's an excellent sort of riposte there. Would you like to make a check of your own with that? You won't have anybody.
Sure. What do you want?
It sounds like a persuasion to me.
That's fine.
Is Lore being aided by the offer of the berries or no?
Let's go ahead and give lore a +2 because yes, the berries are indeed. I mean, good berry is an excellent spell and will be sustenance for quite some time, even for something as large as a dragon.
You said 24 berries. That's 24 days potentially.
So take a +2, make that persuasion.
I'm so tiny.
The dragon extends a long and extremely gross looking tongue, wraps it around your hands. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and roll me I'm gonna make you roll this. Roll me 2d10 as you take acid damage on your hands as the dragon takes these berries from you.
One moment. I need to check something really quick.
How do I get 2 of these?
Right,
Because
as you're holding the D10, right click and it'll make a second one. But hold on, before you do, Jeff, what's on your mind?
I might have a response that depends entirely on the range. Dang it, no, can't. It's
Okay.
not the range is self.
Roll that 2d10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those were D6s. One more try.
Oh, wait. D10s?
Yeah, roll me 2d10.
Oh,
2 up.
geez, that's worse. Thanks.
Yeah, it's definitely worse.
Those are
But I rolled
those
a
are
better-
D8s. We're almost there.
Wait.
One more, higher.
Those were D8s.
Damn it. I'm getting bad at this.
You take 11 points of acid damage
It wasn't that large
as
of a
the
variance.
dragon's tongue takes the berries from your hands, leaving them burned in acid.
I do my very best not to make a single sound.
Give
despite
me a
the fact that-
Constitution save, and hold on. This Constitution save will count as one of your skill challenge checks. Give me a Constitution save to see if you can do this without being. Oh, Jeff, what are you up to?
Point of order. Actually, crumbling in pain would be good. I would have, because I said black dragons delight in the pain of their
I'm not
victims.
going to tell you what the result of this is going to be one way or the other.
Yeah, but
Roll me that Constitution save.
But I am reminding somebody of something I said a month ago.
Oh, I understand that, but remember, Kreitha doesn't know enough about dragons. Kreitha is treating this dragon as an intelligent dinosaur.
Yes, but fine.
I did
No, it's
not
good.
do well.
So you
Fine.
fail the Constitution save and you crumple to the ground in pain.
Well, I'm on top of Stinky, so I basically crumple on top of Stinky, going
The
with
dragon
something like better.
the dragon slowly moves himself up onto the land, like
half out of the water at this point.
kind of half out of the water, towering over Kreetha and Stinky.
Stinky is just as much of a tiny ball as a...
Your offerings are pleasing. But why should I allow you access to my domain? These waters are mine. And to have you in them would be it would dirty them with your filth. Why should I allow you to go through what I have claimed as my own?
Charlotte, go for it.
Yeah, Charlotte will take a step further and go completely under the water, but
Ooh,
saying
that
as
is
loudly
that is a bold move. Okay.
saying as loudly as she can. I offer to you my services. I am a scholar of magic, and anything in my capability to do for you, I can identify, I can dispel magic, I can read ancient writings, and she will say the same thing in primordial, and she'll say the same thing in draconic, and she'll say the same thing, just she'll run through all of her languages real quick. So basically she's offering her services magically, intellectually, as a good reason for this dragon to let them in further, so that she could indeed do this work for him.
Give me an Arcana check to see if you impress the dragon with your knowledge.
Okay. Any bonuses?
Not
anything
this
from the
time.
chat?
However, before you roll, I'm going to remind the folks who are watching this that I do have channel point rewards. One of you can absolutely spend some channel points to give a bonus to this.
I've already spent all of mine.
You did.
Are you taking away the ban that you put on us players of putting channel points on it?
Oh, was there a ban?
Other than no scope, I'm pretty sure you're all the only ones that are in here. I will release that ban. Go ahead.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I have 100,000.
Go ahead and take advantage on this.
I don't care.
I'll take the advantage. Arcana, right?
Yes. That was only one.
Did it not drop the other one in there?
Also, I
second
didn't
die
see.
appeared.
I don't see the results either.
Yeah, a second die definitely appeared. Just rolled
Yeah,
beyond.
Oh, there
Here we
it
go.
is. Okay.
Way off the...
Rolled an 18. There we go.
24. I know a lot about magic.
Please don't let my second character be eaten.
I see.
He looks at you, and I mean looks through you. Like, he puts his head back under the water, and obviously you can't see this, but he looks into your very soul.
I feel the water move from the giant mass, moving back into it, and I'm like, okay.
And he says,
Your thought has merit. However, your kind is not known for serving those like me.
and he turns slowly his gaze to look at Meepo.
Come on, Meepo!
And he says,
But you know how to serve. You know how to bring about the glory of one such as myself. Will you stay? Will you stay and allow your friends to escape? Will you serve me for the rest of your days.
And Meepo looks up at the dragon, looks at Charlotte, looks at everyone else. And he says, "Great one." And he does the thing that you've seen him do before in combat,
Oh,
where he makes himself small. He makes himself weak. He makes himself obviously cower. And he says, "Meepo would be honored to serve, but..." And the moment he says "but," the dragon's entire face changes. He says, "Meepo is already bound. Meepo is bound to another, and if you take Meepo, Calcrix might come for revenge. And Meepo understands that Nightscale does not fear orcs, does not fear Grey Dwarves, does not fear us, but Calcrix. It turns out that we all know that battles between dragons are never..." He stops for a moment. He shakes his head. And he says, "No dragon should be made to face another dragon unless that is their choice. So if Nightscale wishes for Meepo to join, Nightscale should know that another dragon may come for Meepo, may come for vengeance." Nightscale pauses.
So is Meepo...
Go ahead.
Is Meepo trying to intimidate him? Like...
No. Out of character, quick. Meepo is saying, if you want me, I gotta be like a present in order for that to go down. I have no say in the matter. I'd love it. That sounds like a great idea.
I would love to, but
Meepo is
I'm
topping
from the
already
bottom.
engaged, so...
Nightscale moves very close to Meepo. Like Meepo
I
moves
imagine that,
forward.
okay, I thought it was going to shove me out of the way, but
And yes, and Nightscale moves his nose right up to Meepo's face, like nose to nose, and goes,
I do smell the stench of another upon you.
He backs off. He looks at all of you and says,
How do you know? Once you are in my domain, once you are in my lake, once you are in my control, how do you know I will not simply pursue you and destroy you the moment you are within my power? I know that none of you,
and he looks around,
I smell the stench of magic upon you. You can survive within these waters, but can you survive me? Once you are here, once I have shown you the exit, once you are within my control, what is to stop me from simply killing you?
only your great wisdom.
I'm going to give you one more persuasion check. You can take advantage on this. And this is the one. I want to make it very clear. This is it. You are at 6 successes and 2 failures. If you succeed this one, you gain passage. If you fail this one, we go to initiative. Roll it.
Okay.
And I don't have any spells left.
Does anyone, before he rolls this, does any player have anything they want to do to try to modify this roll? He's got advantage at the moment.
have anything else.
I can add a +5, maybe,
How?
With the channel points?
with the channel.
I already did it recently. It won't work.
It's
Aw,
on
it's
cooldown.
on cooldown.
Yeah, that's
Damn
what
it.
makes that sense.
+2 back here?
Roll it with advantage.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, advantage. Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Nice!
I needed that.
A 1 and a 19? Are you kidding me?
It's the second time that happened.
The only way that could have been better is if it was a 1 and a 20.
Very well.
So the line of only your great wisdom, turning turning visible again, removing the invisibility, dropping to a knee, and leaning my head so far down that the back of my neck is exposed directly to its maw.
And you take. I'm gonna have you take 3 points of acid damage as the dripping from Nightscale's maw does fall upon the back of your neck. And he says,
Very well. If exit is all you wish, if you're not here to take my horde, then you may leave with your lives.
he backs off, he sinks back into the water, and exits out of your field of view.
Okay, I think we have permission to go.
I'm gonna need an insight check from everybody.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Go with the one skill I'm good at.
He's gone.
Oh. Hold on. You said from
I'm too
everybody.
distracted by the horrible burning on the back
Nope,
of my neck.
I'm in too much pain.
Wow, every single one of you rolled single
believe
digits.
it.
Absolutely spectacular. Seems totally legit to you.
So legit.
Too
Okay,
legit to
Let's
quit,
get out of
even.
here so bad. I'm in so much
Was
pain.
there
That was an
any
MC Hammer
indication?
reference. I want you all to give me respect for that.
I give no respect to MC Hammer.
I didn't catch it.
Was there any indication of what direction the exit is?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Okay, but that's an easy fix though. We get in and we go, we follow the current.
Fair.
Let's go ahead and following the current is easy enough. Go ahead and everybody give me a survival check with advantage because you do have a current to follow. It's not as strong here. You don't have to just wait and let it carry you away.
And to be fair, Stinky is just like in his element.
We don't have to worry about drowning because we all have water breathing right now.
Do we all have water breathing?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I did not know we all had water breathing.
The scroll targets 10 things.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Beneath the surface, you find an underwater passage where indeed the water does seem to be moving toward. It looks like Kretha and Calder are able to kind of maneuver you all into the area. As you go, you do see out of the corner of your eye like a large dark shadow kind of observing your movements as you go.
I'm going the right way, correct?
We're gonna pull the map down in just a second.
I hook
Is
an arm
anybody-
around Stuart so that we're like moving together.
Is anybody doing anything other than going directly for the exit?
I kind of toss those gems with my poor mutilated hands towards the thing, the glittering part as I pass, and just keep going towards the exit because fuck this noise.
Man, I am so fucking tempted to send Scoots onto Treasure Island, but I don't think that's a good idea.
I'll wait.
So, when I notice that Kretha is about to yeet badly, right? I'm gonna stop stop her, and I'll take the gems from her, and I'm going to like very obviously like underwater we can still kind of talk, right?
Yes.
Right. I'm gonna like shout into the void. I'm be like, I got some gems. Can I just yeet them up on your island? Is that cool?
There is no response.
Okay, so I'm gonna swim closer to the island, and I'm just gonna like just so I can like reach it without like it falling into the water, and I'm gonna them right up there.
When you do that, the gems hit a blade that was dug into the ground,
Right.
and almost as though no scope will deal with that question in just a few minutes. Almost as though it intended to do so, a great sword falls into the water and sinks below. And the great sword almost kind of moves toward your hand as it sinks into the waters of the lake, almost as though the hilt is attempting to reach your hand.
Okay. I was specifically told by my wizard that I'm not allowed to make the dragon angry, so I'm not allowed to touch it.
Does it keep following you through the water?
Like,
That would be
choice.
hilarious.
Like, I have no say in the matter if
Nope.
he decides to follow me. But I'm like very much swimming. Like, I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing shit. This is not me. I ain't doing shit.
Totally. You refuse to touch the thing?
I'm not gonna make a dragon mad. That's not my thing.
It's like
I
that
had
moment.
options to make the dragon mad already. I ain't gonna do it now.
It's like that moment where like a leaf is falling, you try to dodge out of the way, and it just like follows you.
Yeah, I'm that
Destruction of
meme
your
of that
force.
person in the blanket going.
No,
Right now.
it does not obviously like try to make its way to your
Like,
hand.
for
It simply
sure it looks
sinks.
great, and I would definitely want to at least look at it because greatsword is greatsword. But there's no way that I can just make it magically the fuck disappear right now. So like I can't touch it. I'm not allowed.
Yeah. As it sinks, you see Durgaden's mark on the hilt of the sword, but the current tells you where to go. You find an underwater passage, and after a good solid quarter to a half a mile of swimming, you see daylight again.
I was gonna
Through
say,
the water, you see daylight.
Stuart disappears on the because his time runs out.
Yeah.
Could you make Stuart grab the sword?
And
He can't lift it.
He's not strong enough to lift it.
as you make your way toward the surface, you find yourself in a lake in the middle of the bog.
Is this the lake that was at the foot of the Stone Tooth when we approached all those days ago?
That seems like a reasonable assumption. You find yourselves washed up on shore.
Well, I would send Scoots first if we're not sure where we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Scoots makes it up, does not see any
Surrounded
threats.
by orcs, they kill us immediately.
Right? Like,
Oh,
And as you get to the as you sort of approach the shore of the lake, you do see the glint of the sword that, while it did not follow directly to your hand, does now lay near the shore of the lake.
It's the
Near the
spectacular.
stone
How
tooth.
did it get ahead of us?
Basically, yeah. You get there, and somehow this inanimate object was carried along with the current, totally not at all by any conscious thought, by any sentient being. And
as soon as
you find it buried, not buried, but like laid down in the muck in the lake as you make your exit. And with that, my friends, it is
totally get out of the water before
8:45
I take
p.m.
off.
and we are ending the session here.
Yeah.
You will begin the next session on the banks of the lake
Of the Yangtze River.
with
But we got through the dragon encounter, everyone.
barely, but
Yeah.
we're going
Let's
to
go
talk
back and
about
kill
that
it.
in a second. You break the surface, you take your first breath of fresh air since you made the decision to go down a goddamn chimney 2.5 days ago.
I didn't go down a chimney.
Fresh swamp air.
Charlotte and I breathe fresh air, so only Calder and Meepo.
It's like, yes. Meepo does the Little Mermaid like hair flip, but he has no hair.
Water sprays
I
off
want a
his
picture
hand.
of that.
And with that, my friends, we are going to go ahead and move on to the out of character area where we can answer any of your questions and we can do a quick recap of the game and what you enjoyed. So
Break
let's
first.
go ahead and do that.
Can
Let's do a
I
break first.
beg? Off
It's
this
8:45.
because
Do we
I
want
have-
it? Normally we have actually been like ending this game at 9. Do we want to take a break and then do the out of character bit?
Some of us have to pee.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I would like
Fair enough.
break and then
Fair
back.
enough. Jen, what do you want to say
I will
first?
need to go to bed because I have physical therapy in the morning.
Fair enough. Okay, Jen, you go to bed, but before you do, go ahead and plug your pluggables. Grant, holy crap! I'm so glad to see you, Grant. I'm really happy that you're here. Cutting class, that's Grant. He's a friend of mine. Jen,
I'll
go ahead and
do
plug
my
your pluggables.
favorite thing, not favorite thing, and stuff. Just so that I can be a part of this before before I light out of
Okay,
here.
so normally I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody in chat know. Normally we do a thing where everyone tells us something that they enjoyed and a fellow player character that they want to give some credit to. And since Jen has to go, we're gonna go ahead and let her do that first and plug her pluggables. Then we'll take a 10-minute break. Then we're going to come back and do some out of character question and answer. We're going to recap the episode. We're going to talk about what everybody enjoyed. So please do stick around. Jen, what is something you enjoyed? What is a player character you want to nod?
I mean, I did really enjoy the dragon. That was a crazy, great, and fun. I did enjoy getting to like cringe and stuff like that, but I also really enjoyed kind of almost one-shotting the dire wolves. That was real fun. I felt like really awesome in that moment, you know, as opposed to the dragon thing where I wasn't feeling quite as awesome. But I'm glad that it took my berries and left me with just acid damage. Ow. Anyway,
You
and like
gave
in
it
my
the
head,
berries, it
I'm
gave you
like,
acid.
it's,
It was great.
you know, and that was the last spell I had. So if we had gone into initiative, I wouldn't have had anything. I wouldn't have had access to Hunter's Mark or anything. It would have just me going ting, ting, ting. So
Tell me about a player character that you would like to shout out.
I got a shout out M for basically making Lore my buddy in a you know, like my battle buddy, as it were. It was kind of nice to have Lore be a little bit more like feel like she's on my side.
Fantastic.
Confusing, but nice.
And last thing before you go off to rest your jaw,
Yes.
go ahead and plug your pluggables. Where can people find you and follow you?
I am the Swedish Geekball at Twitch, where I stream games and sometimes art. And Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, where you will see my art as I am doing professional painting.
Yeah, that I think Silver Key, you spelled that wrong.
Yeah, the
look, it's-
Swedish.
There we go.
look,
There we
I
go.
always put
Yes.
2 E's in Swedish. Like
Yeah.
I always put extra one. I don't know why.
Same.
Every time I type in your username, I'm like, this is not where I'm supposed to go. Jen, side
Yes.
note.
Side note.
Hunter's Mark is if you cast it at level 1, is a
Mhm.
concentration-based spell that lasts for an hour. It has been less than an hour since we met the dragon, which means that you could spend a bonus action to reconnect your hunter's mark to a new target, as long as you haven't cast a concentration spell, or as long as you didn't fail. I guess technically she failed her concentration.
I
check.
failed that constitution
So-
check, so I would assume that I would have dropped that, but that is very good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
All correct. I 100% agree with everything that we've said. We're going to take a 10-minute break. It is 8:50 p.m. Pacific time. We will be back at 9 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to go ahead and do a quick go around and see how everyone felt about this session. We're going to do a recap, and we're going to go ahead and answer any questions that any of you have. Please do stick around. We really appreciate those of you who are here. Grant, No Scope, great to see you both. Please stick around. We'll be back in 10 minutes so that we can all go and take care of some, biological needs. Be right back,
Thank you.
friends.
Make us muted.